I grew up in a small town. 100 people was the town I grew up in for half my childhood. So from a music, you can appreciate 3 channels on bunny ears. There wasn't a lot of cultural impact back then. The biggest influencers were probably like folks like my grandfather. You know, he worked the farm, he worked the ranch. I was with him all the time. And my father went back to school to become an engineer when I was younger. When we moved to the city, half part of my childhood, I enjoyed that stuff, but it really didn't define. It was more of an observation, more of just watching and enjoying different aspects and different viewpoints, really. So the younger age, watching some hard workers probably influenced me the most. I would not push it. The year was brutal, and for some people it got hit harder than others. But there's always good that happens. I'm also a firm believer that you need character building moments. And if you're always offered the reset button in life, you'll never grow and develop. I was always trained as a kid, you know, the strongest steel is done in the hottest fire. So no, it wasn't an ideal year, but I would never push the reset button. I spent a lot of time in the local school there. My mom was a teacher in the computer labs. That's where I lived and breathed as a kid, starting at probably age 4 or 5, and then kind of just naturally progressed there. And candidly, I didn't really know you could make money in computers. No one in my family really touched technology growing up. And during, it was my freshman year, a federal agent came in and said, "Hey, who wants to carry a gun to work?" And I'm like, that sounds exciting, I'm in. And he goes, "Go down to the computer science department and go talk to those folks." At the time we had a professor came in he was a Fort Meade guy, and he was building this concept of information assurance. There really wasn't a degree in it. It was comp sci with some fluctuation of that. And I got hooked in, and I transferred colleges that afternoon and off to the races. And it was a great experience, great education. And I just got right into working the corporate side right out the gates. I grew up on the client side and vendor side and consulting on my own side and the resale space. And it's very easy in this business to say, buy something shiny and new and neat. It's also easy for somebody to come in and go, "Well, you're doing it wrong, here's how you should do it." And I try to take the empathetic approach in terms of learning more about people. People make decisions all the time that may not make sense, but there's rationale behind it. And if I can work with folks to reduce risk in some capacity, may not be the ideal way, but if it's reducing risk and getting them to align to the business and think bigger picture on what InfoSec really means, that's kind of my sweet spot where I've been for years and what I love to do. That's my happy place. Eight weeks sounds amazing to me, candidly. I would spend probably 2 weeks decompressing. I'd spend 1 week just figuring out what the heck I want to do, but honestly, it's a time to think. Like I always tell people, like, getting off the grid and get away from distractions, and we live in a society of distractions. So for me to get out there and just think and have a chance to like literally think about all your thoughts in your brain, you come up with ideas, different viewpoints, different perspectives, where you want to go in life. You only get one shot at this, so make sure you're on a journey and path that makes sense for you and your own personal ambitions.